Hey guys, it's your girl Ash.
And it's your boy Jay.
And welcome back to our channel.
And it's your guy Milo.
Ain't nobody really out here like him want though. And don't him want.
First and foremost, hey.
Milo, you can't.
Oh my boy, you gotta chill. We were doing a video. First and foremost, hey guys, what's going on? Sorry. we haven't been on this channel in a while. It's been a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of stuff. Like I know I said that the last video, the mouth one, right? But for real, like it's really been a lot. Like,
question before we, is this too bright? That might be just right.
Is that better brightness for y'all? My bad. For real, guys. Hey, long time no talk, long time no see. It's been a really, really long time. It's been a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I said it the last time in our mouth video, but it's really been a lot. I started school.
It's really on your part.
It's really on me. Like started school, work. I work a full-time job. I go to school.
Full-time, pretty much.
Full-time, and I have business. And there's no excuses, but just kind of briefing y'all on what's going on. She on the other hand, and we also live in different states. I know that. She on the other hand got her stuff going on. She has work now, right?
Yeah.
Work. She's applying to school.
Schools.
So like it's been quite a lot going on. Only person that's living life is Milo. Thank you guys for bearing with us. We appreciate it. But it kind of leads us into this video.
Yeah, it's
right?
perfect actually.
Perfect segue to this video. Adulthood. Like we're not that old, okay? But from the little adult thing that we've been doing and been into, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of stuff. So we have 10 things total, things we wish we knew before adulthood, before we became adults.
Yeah.
She wrote down 5 things, I wrote down 5 things, and we actually didn't even share them, so I actually don't even know what she's gonna say. So hopefully we learn something new, and hopefully y'all can learn something new from us. People who are, you know, what do you call us? What age group are we? Like,
We're like
Gen Z? Or
millennials?
Millennials? What?
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody can watch in this video can learn something that we didn't know. Maybe y'all can look into it, whatever. But yeah, we have 10 things that we wish we knew before we became adults.
Before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share the video. The same old.
Same old. Like, we've been on this 590 subs for a while. We need you guys to share these videos, like, comment, subscribe. You know, these videos take a lot of time and effort to edit. Really do appreciate y'all. I'll end the video. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I guess we're gonna alternate.
Yeah.
We wear them on our phones. Yo, get my new iPhone, y'all. Sidebar, like, Apple takes my money every year. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that buys the phones every single year.
And he buys it when he's not even ready for an upgrade. Who does that?
I do the early upgrade. I sure do.
That is so. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
So
Apple,
dumb.
iPhone 14 when it comes out, I'll be right there. The first thing I have on my list is.
Hopefully we don't say the same things.
Yeah, I thought that too. I think one of them might be the same, just off of like what we've discussed recently.
Okay.
So my first one is, I wish the importance. No, sorry. The first one I have on my list is, I wish I knew the importance of credit. I feel like credit is king, and without good credit, you can't do anything. And like, I feel like that's self-explanatory. Like, credit is king. Like, I just opened my first credit card not too long ago, and like, if you get into like some problems with credit, like in terms of like overspending and not paying it back, it does more damage than good sometimes. Like,
yeah,
sometimes,
it does.
It's really. I wish, like, when we say what we wish we knew, like, I wish we like maybe had a class like in high school or like even college maybe, of just taking that. What is credit? You know, a lot of people don't know what credit is. I'm still learning what credit is, you know, and how it works. And like literally, like, you can have the richest, but if your credit is bad, you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
So like,
it's kind of like when you're in school and you get like that one bad grade and it plummets your grade, and then to get it back up, it's like you have to get like 5 more good grades to get it back where it was. It's kind of the same thing.
It's really annoying. Yeah. You know, like just keep being on top of the payments, being on top. It's like rent, right? Being on top of the payments, being on top of paying it on time. There's so much to credit that's like a credit card. Maybe that's people don't really understand like the utilization part. Like,
yeah,
you can't use it too much. You can't use it too little, or like you gotta pay it on time, of course, or different.
Or like if you pay it, like it's not like, for example, there's 2 types of people. I think there's people who roll over their credit to the next month, or there's people like who pay the minimum balance, for example,
the minimum
or
balance,
you pay it off, and like
you pay it off. Like there's so many.
And yeah, it's just,
and each thing affects your credit differently. Yeah, you pay the minimum balance. It's like, okay, what's the interest on your credit card?
Exactly.
How much do you have to pay? Like it just
you're
gets
paying back
funky.
more overall. It's just a mess.
It really just gets funky, you know. And that's something I wish that somebody kind of taught us about, whether it was a class or, you know. But that was my number one, credit. Like I'm still learning now, but credit is really something that's like, you know, yeah. Credit, be careful.
I have one, it's not my first one, but I have one that kind of bounces off what you're saying, so I'm gonna just say that one. So mine was just simple financial things like 401ks and things like that. Wow. Because I'm now understand, like even like I'm just now understanding the little things, like what it means, what can I do with this, like what is it there for? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you've always heard this when you're growing up, 401k, retirement, this, social security, this, and you see it getting taken out of your checks if you started working early. Man. But
you just gave me
what is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
now.
what are we even doing right now? Like, it causes you to have to Google things or ask your parents if they know. Wow. Because sometimes even they're even confused sometimes. They might not even know exactly what's going on. Like, this stuff is really intricate. Like, it's not a joke.
I'm so sorry to cut you off right now, but the way, like, you see how this video is going to end up. You will see how we literally planned this, like, separately. Like, I was over there, she was in the room planning it, and you guys will see how our things mesh. And, like, I kid you not, I haven't seen what she wrote, and I didn't write it based on what she said, but stay tuned, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. But, yeah, 100% agree. Like, the 401k stuff, because, like I said, my new job has like a 401. We just have to do the benefits thing. Yeah. I'm like, I tell my mom, like, what's a 401k? Like, why am I paying into it? What is it? How does it work? You know, and even the terminology, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, you know, like, so yeah, it's truly something that I like. Again, I wish we had like these classes or high school, you know. Maybe senior year, you start to learn about these things, and
even I wouldn't. And honestly, I would go to the point even saying not even in high school, more so in college, because in high school you don't benefit from these things. Like in high school, you're very not airheadish, but you're not thinking about my 401k. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about where I'm going to college, what do I want to major in, like things. I think it should be like maybe the last year of college when you're actually about to go into the real world.
Yeah, and forget all of the actual classes that we have to do towards our major. Like,
I mean, we should do those, but in addition.
But that's even, I feel like, truthfully, if it's up to me, the college situation should be like, kind of like high school, how like, I don't know how it works in Jersey, but I know like in New York, like in my school, you could have been done with high school education your junior year, technically. Because a lot of stuff, like, you could have been in advance. Like, I was in an AP statistics, AP whatever. So like, you could have really been advanced from like younger, where like your junior year, you're taking senior year classes. Then senior year that you had double lunches.
Yeah, but like not everybody...
Yeah, not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
But in terms of college-wise, I feel like maybe...
Oh, you mean the same kind of like idea?
The same idea.
Like the option.
Exactly, where like you could have, you know, basically been done with your college.
I mean, there was people who were finished junior year.
But like, keeping that senior year, not necessarily graduating once you're... Like, not saying that graduation is like the final thing. Like, if like you had to...
But then you're wasting money.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, like, it's just...
It's sticky. America's sticky.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot. And then even things like what is it called? Oh my gosh, not your assets, but your house, that it has equity. Y'all, I really just not learned about equity, but like understanding what it is. You could take loans out of it. You could do all these things. I'm just like, I don't think people understand that. Like, I think people...
When we say people, we mean like people our
like
age,
our age. Like I don't
in
think
our age group,
everybody.
like,
Not that we don't know what it is, but do we understand the full extent of it? Like, do we understand like, hey, it might be smarter to be paying into a house
rather than
paying into an apartment where you're just giving the money to someone. You're not getting anything in return.
Right.
So it's just a lot of like different things that you have to kind of.
And it's very minuscule. Like it's not even like things that are like things that just slip under the rug. Kind of thing. That's the scary part.
And those are the most important things. Like it seems like.
Exactly. Just to kind of keep it flowing, my next one was the amount of tax that gets taken out of your check. Like the amount of tax that gets taken out of my damn paycheck. Like my gross and my net income, or for the paycheck, is like it kind of a slap in the face. Like I'm upset. Like why am I paying like so many different taxes you pay into and so many different. I'm thinking, okay, you got 9 to 5. You do the math. Okay, you make X amount of dollars an hour. Multiply that by how many hours you work. You know, that's not the money you're bringing home, people. It's not. Like,
I mean, what kind of that makes me okay, but makes me not as upset. It's kind of like you're paying into a thing. You know what I mean? Like you're paying into something that you're gonna get in return. Like you have taxes that you get back, right? You have your Social Security check that you get every month when you pass a certain age. You get Medicare, like if you're paying into that, you know what I mean? Like those are important things. As a normal person, you're not gonna always set aside money. For example, let's say none of these things existed. You're not gonna always set money aside from your paycheck and say, okay, I'm gonna put $50 to this, $50 to that, $50 to this. We're already doing so much delegating. So they're kind of like, it feels like they're almost helping.
It's something like people don't realize it. Like, especially, okay, I'll put it this way. Like, if you work like, you know, in corporate America, I would say like an actual job that you actually have to go interview with, suit and tie type of thing. Not like the regular, you know, under the table jobs, what they call it. Like, you know, like those kind of jobs, you make whatever you make an hour, but they probably pay you in cash or pay you a personal check.
You're not getting paid.
You're not getting paid by a system where like they have to, you know, file your taxes, your W-2s, your W-9s, like all the jazz. Like, so I think that's the confusing part for me. When I saw like my ADP, my mouth dropped. I'm like, wait.
And this is like kind of your first real like corporate kind of job. Because like for me, I never worked really corporate, but my first job was not like I had to do W-2. I got taxes back. I did all that like from the beginning since I was like 16. From then, I've never had a job where I didn't have to do that. So I always saw those deductions. It's not like a surprising thing for me yet. Well, as of this point,
I always had that too. Like since I was working like retail, but like I wasn't making that much money to be filing taxes. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain amount of money that you have to make in order to file taxes. It was chump change. It was what is like the minimum wage, and I was working 4 hours on weekends, like for Saturday and Sunday kind of thing, or Friday, Saturday. So it really didn't, you know.
Yeah, I feel that. This one is, you ready? Going to a state school to alleviate debt.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna say mine too. Mine was, cause that was my next one too. Like, how loans and debt really work.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll explain this, you know, but like I just really have. I think even up to the point like from high school up until people for me, I'm gonna speak for myself because I think everybody has a different outlook on money and like how their family handles it and things like that. I'm gonna just give you guys some context. So technically speaking, I'm an only child. Like I grew up by myself. I have 2 brothers, but I didn't grow up with them. So I technically am an only child. With that being said, I understood how it would be paid and things like that or whatever. But I've never really worried about money in a sense, right? So, for example, when I went to college, I just picked a college. Like, if you want to go, sure, go, right? It was never like, it was really on me. Like, if I wanted to do that, I can do that. So, with that being said, I ended up choosing an out-of-state school, a private school. It's not private? It's not private, but it's sure pays like it. But, it's a very expensive, like Temple's expensive. And the average family,
like most schools are expensive. So like not just Temple specifically, but most
out of
schools,
state for me.
Out of state schools, Jersey, New York, like, it is pretty expensive.
It's expensive. And those bigger schools, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because there's a lot of things going on.
School, big schools, so like.
Yeah, so it's just when you the average family isn't paying, you know what I mean? The average family's taking out loans. The average family's, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And when you finish all that, for me at least, loans is in my name. So I'm looking at that price like, okay, that's something I have to pay back now. So now I'm thinking I could have went to, for example, people who in Jersey know, I could have went to Rutgers. I could have went to Montclair State and gotten the same degree, right? And less loans. Sure. So I wish I would have thought about it more, because almost all the schools that I looked at was out of state. Almost all. I think I applied to maybe one school in Jersey, because I just didn't want to be in New Jersey. But in the end, it would have probably made more sense financially. So I wish I would have considered it.
For me, like, I just didn't listen. I just didn't listen. Like, I wanted to go out of state. Like, I applied to quite a lot of state schools. Like, I applied to Albany. I applied to Brockport, Siena, like upstate kind of schools, upstate New York. But like, I wanted to go out of state. Like like most kids, they want to go out of state. You know what I mean? So, I mean, my mom did a really good job how we like kind of handled it, where I don't have to pay too much debt out of college. But still, it's a nice little fat number that I'm looking at on but the loan thing, because Temple's any school is pretty good at sending you that nice email about, okay, Mr. whatever, Jason, this is how much you owe, and this is what you have to pay, and this is your monthly payments, and, you know. But another thing like that, taking a class, just kind of understanding what debt is, and they make you take these little, like, questionnaire courses kind of thing, am I mistaken?
Yeah.
But, like
the, I forget the name of it.
Let's be honest, a lot of us are not listening, and people are just clicking just to get that credit for that, and it's not necessarily like a class you sign up for. It's kind of like something that's being, they say to do it to
isn't it to graduate?
To graduate.
Yeah. It's like a check off. It's not like
just making sure they gave you opportunity to read what it is, but like
it's really for them to cover their ass, so they know that they told us what it is.
Like nobody truly actually sits down there and reads everything on that prime print, you know. So that definitely, like, that is something that I really wish that we knew a little bit more of, or I wish, honestly, on my own, I wish I wasn't as stubborn and kind of like, you know what, let me actually listen to whatever they're saying, and in the long run maybe it might help me. Cause I definitely was like, well, at the end of the day, we just pay back. Like, how far? It's money. Like, it's making sense. Like, you take money, you pay back. Come on, like, so you understand, like, but not understanding. Okay, we give you this money, but there's an interest on it. So now, basically, the money that you did take, you pay. You know, let's say you took $20,000, you actually paid $25,000 or $29,000.
And the interest is no joke. The interest is the own little money too.
Miss that payment. Miss that monthly payment and see what happens to that thing. Okay, so my next one is shit happens. Like, and I'll explain what I mean. Like, as an adult, shit just happens. For example, you just wake up one morning and like, your tire's flat. You wake up like nothing was wrong with your tire. You just wake up the next morning, your tire is deflated. What do you call it?
Deflated, right?
Deflated.
Yeah.
Or you just be driving, minding your business. True story now. A pebble cracks your windshield. You didn't do anything wrong, but a pebble decides to crack your windshield. Now you have to pay out of pocket to fix it. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Or what else?
Yeah, and it's understanding that, because like you would, if you really got upset at every single thing that happened, you keel over. You
die. You off yourself.
It's too much.
Things just happen. Like as an adult, like things just happen, and it's funny because like, you know, we haven't even lived so much of our adulthood lives yet, but just knowing that early on, like, yo, shit be happening. Like, things happen. Like, bro, the police, like, things you just get tickets. You just get insurance. You need your brakes fixed. You need just things just happen. You know, like even just being old and adult, you kind of like, you know, your parents kind of expect to kind of help around the house a little more financially in terms of fixing things. Like, you know, a pipe just bursted the other day. Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? So like little stuff like that. I mean, to each his own. Everybody has their own, you know, specifics of what they do help with or whatever. But like, as an adult, you just realize that things just happen, and you have to be okay with that
and ready for it.
Financially, mentally.
Yeah.
Just know that, all right, if this roof wants to come in, I have a contractor ready to help fix it, kind of thing. But things just happen.
Saying that everything falls into your hands at the end of the day, and being mentally ready for that, because it does.
Yeah, be your P's and Q's.
Yeah, like
there's no room for like chilling.
No,
like your P's and Q's.
And it's kind of like, not that you don't understand that, but I feel like it's just times like 10 because
you're thinking sometimes that I could just be lackadaisical, or I can just go ahead, be lackadaisical.
And like at this point in our life, like you can't not work, for example. Like I quit my job, the job I had in summertime, and I just got hired for another one. I know. I just got hired for another one, and like in between that time, like you can't do anything. No, like you really can't. Like you literally cannot afford anything, and it's just
y'all ever felt that way? Like y'all ever just can't buy like you can't buy something. That's a feeling I never went to my worst enemy. Like you go on this website, right?
It's not it.
You can't. Not even a website. You go to the gas station or to buy some food, like knowing that you can't buy this.
Not that you shouldn't, but you cannot.
You really cannot physically buy this thing.
Yeah, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for everything you want to do. You have to do.
It's like that's a really horrible feeling. Like you can't, you know. And it all comes with growing pains. Kind of you just learning how to manage your money. Kind of learning how to do things that you're supposed to, as an adult, know how to do. And not that we weren't told these kind of things, like especially with this kind of thing, like adulthood, be a kid for a long time. But like,
no one's listening to that.
Nobody's really listening. I think. Please listen.
Yeah.
Please listen.
Yeah.
When somebody says enjoy your childhood, enjoy being please.
Because before you know, but you're not gonna have an alert. It's just gonna happen.
It's gonna smack you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Okay, please listen. Life is Floyd. I'm Jake Paul. Like
Jason.
For real, no, for real. Like, it's really something like that. It's really,
that was funny.
It's true. It's not even a game. Adults don't have it all figured out. Like, you'd be surprised how many people don't have it figured out that you think have it figured out.
It's true.
And really, life is really all about a bunch of people not knowing what to do. But it's if you think about it, you kind of learn as you go.
Yeah.
Like you really learn as you go. Like I remember for me specifically, I know. Like you look at your parents, you think they have it all figured out. You think they know how to do everything.
So, and I remember when I was younger, I would ask my mom, like, how do you know how to do this? How do you know how to do this? And it's like it just happens.
It just happens. You just learn from experiences. Like, and it kind of, for me, it was like, I know I stress about like, yo, how do I remember to do my taxes? How do I remember to do this?
You always say that.
How do I remember to do this? How do I, like, you just kind of know, like, not everybody has it all figured out. Like, not everybody knows everything. There's no way for you to be an adult and know everything.
Nobody knows everything.
Nobody knows everything. And once you know that, it kind of eases you a little bit.
I have two more, so I'm just gonna join them up, and then we're gonna. So the first one is, not all people you meet are meant for a lifetime. And I guess we can just talk about that first.
Only if I knew why I said that.
Your relationships with everybody changes. And I've had to learn that because I would always be like, so you don't want to talk to me? So you know what I mean? Like just taking it mad personal and like
we got beef now. You need to text me? Like what's up? Like
so and in actuality, it's like you don't really have to. As you get older, friends don't talk every day. That's not natural. That's not, you know what I mean? Everybody's going so many different directions. Everybody, as they get older, is having so many different things going on that they're not worried about texting you right now. They're not worried about you and your whatever. So it's just understanding that, and then understanding that everybody's not in your life forever. Like sometimes people just come in just to
people are there
peep
for
their
a
head
season
in
of time. If we don't text every day, but when we text after how
it's still like the same connection.
That's really your man's.
Yeah,
that's your man's $100,000. I'm telling you, like
that's true.
Even the people that I talk to now, like before, people that I used to be texting every day, like yo, listen, da da da, like
where they at? Where they at though?
Where they at though? Everybody's in your life for a season, you know. be okay with that.
Yep. Okay, ready for the last one?
Ready for this bombshell?
Let's hope. Okay. So, this is just understanding that everybody has their moment. And understanding that in life to me is super, super, super important. Because I think in this day and age where we have social media, you have peers, you have all these things, right?
Take it home, baby. Take it home.
You have all these things that you're looking at and like, okay, this person, and your eyes are going everywhere except for in front of you, your race, what you're doing. And you might not necessarily be jealous, you might not necessarily be envious, but you want to be successful too. You want to be doing what they're doing. You want to be on the same level as what they're doing. And that it's not your time yet. Just Taraji, I don't know why I thought of her, but Taraji P. Henson, she didn't start acting and stuff till she was grown.
It's true. Taraji was like 40.
What's the vegan girl name?
Tabitha.
She had her situation.
Tabitha just like not everybody's talking about Tabitha.
Yeah, the way I try to think about it too is like God can't get everybody the same season. Everybody had the perfect life at every single time. It would be a mess.
Yeah, bro.
So there always has to be like some type of balance between everybody in this world.
You gotta be focused. You gotta stay focused. Like that whole stay focused thing. And I guess I'll add one more to kind of close it out. Being consistent. Consistency, like consistency is difficult, but a lot of people miss the mark because they're not consistent. I think everybody can be successful, and everybody will be successful if you just keep doing what you're doing. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Literally don't stop. That concludes our video. Thank you guys so much for watching our 10 things we wish we knew before we were adults. We appreciate you guys. I hope you guys learned something new. Drop some things in the comments if you are our age, a little bit older. What do you guys wish you guys knew before we were adults? We miss you guys. We love you guys, man. For real. Until next time.